Hello, namaste. Welcome to this podcast named Arts and Life with Shuba. We have completed 1 year of doing this podcast, and initially it was named as Nurturing Arts and Creativity in Education with Shuba, but now it is known as Arts and Life with Shuba. I'm Shuba, and I'm also known as Subhash for many of my old friends. Here I am on behalf of Online School of Drama to welcome you to this podcast. A warm welcome to all of you who have always been coming here, giving their time. And for those who are new, let me tell them that this is a platform where we invite guests who are quite experienced in one of the forms of any art. And when we say arts, we mean all arts, visual arts, performing arts, or literary arts. So we invite a guest who has immense, huge experience in the field, and we talk to that person and we get to know their journey and their insights about arts. And though we have changed the name, but we still look, if arts are so much important in our lives, then how can they be part of our school system also? Because that is where the education begins, that is where the major part of learning takes place. So let me tell you about today's guest. Our today's guest is Dr. Chandradasan. And before I invite him in front of all of you, I want to share a little bit about him. A very small introduction of Dr. Chandradasan. Sorry. So here I go on the screen. So Chandradasan, sir, in the podcast, Dr. Chandradasan is artist director, Lok Dharmi Theatre, Kochi, Kerala, India. He is a writer and academic and a lot more we will come to know. Dr. Chandrasan is the founder and artistic director of Lok Dharmi Center for Theatre, Kochi, Kerala, India. He is a designer, director, dramaturg, actor, playwright, performance writer, editor, and translator, and whatnot I would add to it. His productions include adaptations of the classics, Western and Indian, Shakespeare, contemporary plays, improvised and devised productions, poetry and short story performances, comedies, and children's plays. He has designed and directed more than 50 plays in Malayalam, Kannada, Finnish, Hindi, Lithuanian, Tamil, Sanskrit, and English. He is the recipient of the Fulbright Nehru Fellowship for Professional and Academic Excellence, Senior Fellowship from the Department of Culture, Meta. Mahendra, Meta for the Best Play, Kerala Sangeet Natak Academy Award, Best Playwright Award by Kerala Bal Sahitya Institute, etc., etc., I would say. He is a retired professor in chemistry from St. Albert's College, Ernakulam. His PhD is for the thesis titled Spacing the Actor in Theatre or Cultural Studies from the Department of Fine Arts, Kerala, Kalamandalam. He has visited the USA, Finland, Lithuania, Bangladesh, Greece, and many other countries to direct plays, conduct workshops, participate in seminars, do research, and perform in theater festivals. He has published various articles on performance studies in English and Malayalam in reputed journals. His books include Myriad Spaces, Indian Theatre, and Beyond, edited by him. Ranga Thinte, if I pronouncing right, Rasashastram, Performance Studies. Really sorry, Itoru Shakespeare, Nadakamala, Tatmaram, and Bowman. Yes, it is Boman Haliile Kinnara Yogi plays. Excuse if I pronounce in anything not so correctly because it is in Malayalam, though I feel like saying in Malayalam today when Dr. Chandrasan is here. Enniku valare santosham an. I'm so happy that Dr. Chandrasan has accepted to be here on this podcast. It is an honor to have him here. And without any delay, I will ask him to please come in front. Yes, sir. Welcome, sir. Namaste, sir. Welcome to this podcast. So let us begin with your recent visit to Varanasi. You were there to do a play. How was your experience, sir?
First of all, thank you for getting me into this meeting and discussions. Thank you, Shuba. So, can you see me? I cannot see myself,
No, I can see you very well, and people can also see you.
but I am invisible for myself. I don't know why. Okay.
Oh,
Mm.
all right.
Okay. Varanasi, I have been there recently. There is a center for National School of Drama there. NSD has different centers. The main campus is in Delhi, we know. So
Yeah,
otherwise, we have centers in Varanasi, Bangalore, Tripura, Sikkim, etc.
yeah.
So I was invited to do the last production of the students, the outgoing students. And Varanasi, they focus on classical Indian theater and our theater traditions, Natya Shastra, and related aesthetics. So I was to work with the students and do Swapna Vasavadatta, the play by
Okay.
Bhasa. So
Hmm.
that is why I was there. And it was
Okay,
very,
great.
very, very, very interesting experience for me because the text itself is a very important text. It is supposed to be the first Indian play available. Means the very first Indian play available, and it is by Bhasa. We did it in Hindi,
Hmm. Hmm.
but the students were from the whole northern belt, from Rajasthan to Uttarakhand to reaching up to Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and Bengal. So I have a really talented 20 students who are rooted from the real North Indian soil and with their own cultures, with Nautanki, Kirtan, many forms and traditions. They have inherited that. So to work with such a group of children and to create uh, the production was fantastic. It was it was just like
Fantastic.
if I quote a line, it's the city of dreams. Sapanang
Hmm. Great. So, did you find some time to look around the city and
Um,
see it?
Actually, I did not get much time. We worked in from 10 o'clock to 7, 8 p.m., including Sundays. So there was no much time left. And the city was crazy. It's a Kumbh Mela going on. So it was
Ah,
thinking
yes.
out,
Yeah.
thinking about going to city itself is a crazy thing. But I managed to go to two places. One is Sarnath. Uh,
Okay.
uh, our Buddha gave the first advices to his students, and that Ashoka
Mm.
Stampa was there. So, and the second one is the house of Kabir Das. Uh,
Ah, okay.
so I just, and of course, we are traveling from my guest house to um, the National School of Drama building to the city of galleys, a lot of galleys and crowding,
Yeah.
and I could just feel it without seeing it. And of course, uh, on the last but one day, I thought that I should be somewhere at the Ganges. So I just went to the nearest spot, one Namo Cut, where I could see Ganga. So that's all.
Okay. Okay, great. And when you are talking about Sarnath and Kabirdas place, I am reminded of Premchand's village also. That is close to Varanasi only.
It's
Huh?
close to
Lovely.
Varanasi. I wanted to go, but I
Yeah,
couldn't make it. I wanted to go to
yeah,
Brendan's place. Actually, I
yeah,
think it's on the way to Saranath, somewhere there, some little deviation from there, but
yeah,
I couldn't make it.
yeah. So, sir, um, so how is this idea of creating NSD's 1 year courses institutes? So, how it is fulfilling the aspirations of those who really want to join NSD Delhi. But then we have in Bangalore, in Sikkim, in Varanasi. mm, what do you think about them? What uh, are they giving that kind of experience? Definitely, they will be like people like you are there, but in what ways that is fulfilling the aspirations of students?
Yeah, it's a very, very tough question. It's about how you manage it. And
Mhm.
different centers, we have different centers, and the different centers are going in different levels, to be honest. But
Yeah.
this center, Varanasi, a lot of work is happening there. And
Mhm.
it's very tight. The students don't get any minute and they have to attend the classes really well. So I was really astonished that within 1 year, they have been trained so much. So
Mhm.
it depends on how you manage it, how you plan it.
Yeah.
They said when I am the 35th or 36th teacher visiting in this 1 year. So they have been trained
Oh.
in lot of aspects. Margi Madhu went there to teach Kudiyattam from Kerala. Prashant from Kalamandalam was there in Kathakali. The students came down to Udupi to study Yakshaganam and stayed there for a month. And lot of many important teachers from all over India came there and taught almost.
Mm.
So if there's a will and a definite plan, things can work out. And I talked to the students. Some said that no, this is a preparation to apply for the National School of Drama in Delhi. So they want to. That's the next destination. And somebody said that no, now we don't want to go to Delhi because almost all those things has been we all the teachers came here and we have been trained. So we don't want to spend another 3 years in Delhi. Also, we'll go out
Mm.
and try to do something of our own, maybe find our theater or films or acting or this or that. So it depends on the person who is in charge of it. It depends on the plan and the perspective of the thing. And Varanasi was so different, and
Mhm.
I've been very much happy with that training they got.
Mm. So a lot of exposure and varied
Lot
experience
of
they are getting. Yeah.
Lots and lots of experiences from starting from makeup to design to lighting to Parsi theater to singing to Stanislavski to designing plays and all those. Even if it is said that classical Indian theater aesthetics, Natyashastra and related things are the focus. They have been given to other things. When I speak about emotion memory of Stanislavski, they know it. They tell you back what is it. So
Okay.
so they have been trained.
Mm. Great. So, as the purpose of this podcast is to know more about the journey of the guest and the way they work, the methodologies they use. So, allow me to come back to your life. And as far as I know, you, when you were in college, you won Best Actor award more than once, and after that also in some festival. But then we do not hear much of your acting things, and you shift to direction very early, it seems. But then, did you not think of becoming an actor? What was that journey like those days? Were you not thinking becoming like actor only, or it was like, okay, I will become a director. Am I interested? But I should try also acting. Like, what were those early days when you started theater in college? What were you thinking? How you got interested in it?
Yeah, the thing is that my village had a lot of theater, including all different kinds of theater, theater imitating the company plays like the professional or commercial plays, and the theater with experimental productions, and a lot of things are happening there. But I didn't get a chance because there are established actors for each role. But I was part of the movement in the small village,
Okay.
and going there, seeing the rehearsals, etc. But in the college, I acted in a play and I was selected the best actor. We got a prize and I represented the college in the University Youth Festival and I was awarded there also. So naturally, I found myself as an actor. And my till now, even now, I would love to, if I had to choose between directing and acting, I will choose acting because that's the thing which actually really touches, stir my soul. But um, in the career of doing theater, I was forced to become a director. Somebody wanted a play to be directed for a group of youngsters, so I was asked to direct it, and I directed it, and that play became a little important production in that year in 1987. I directed an adaptation of Bada Sarkar's play, Mitchell. Uh,
Mhm.
so it has some 300 shows in 2 3 years, and
Oh,
it was moving around like anything. And suddenly I did the next production. It's an adaptation of Raja Ka Baja by Sadr Hashmi after he has been murdered. So that
yeah.
play also has been, it was done in a professional, I mean, sorry, a proscenium production. That also has a lot of shows. And suddenly I was understood as director. And I started my group and it was happening and I was directing plays. But one thing I don't want to do was that no, I don't want to act when I direct. So when
Mhm.
I am directing it, I am not acting. I have not done it except one or two emergency situations. When one lead actor got hurt in the last day rehearsals. So somebody has to go and act. So otherwise, but when somebody else asks me, come and act, I am really running for it. I've acted in certain plays uh, directed by some other people, including my students. When somebody else directs a play, I'll be happy to act. Small role, big role, whatever they give me. And I was into theater only till 2010. I don't want to do to. I In 1987, 88, I was a little worried whether I should go and do films also, write for films or direct films also. But then I decided no, theater. But after 2010, some of my students and my friends become filmmakers and those people. So sometimes they ask me, come act a small role or this, that. So I have acted in some less than 15, around 15 films also, small roles to certain bigger roles. So I love acting,
Mhm.
but I was made a director by the people
Oh,
around.
well. Oh, interesting to know that. So then, uh, it's interesting that when I am acting, I am not directing. When I am directing, I am not acting. But when you are directing, sometimes do you go for some kind of demo, like why are you not doing like this, or you try to emote certain situations to help actor, or no, you what is your way of directing? Um, some directors take the place of actor and start doing the role to demonstrate. So, do you like that, or you don't like that, or to what extent you like that?
It's a mixed thing. Usually I don't want to um, act and the people imitate me. I want they have to create the character within the framework which I have composed, designed. And they have to find out their own kind of emoting. But certain things, certain um, moments of clear gestures or clear postures or clear timing of that is needed. Then I may interfere and say, this is it. This is the timing. Sometimes I may show them a little, but I will tell them, no, don't imitate my gesture. Don't imitate the way I use my hands. It's your hands and you are doing it differently. So what I does normally is that I design a framework of the acting. So there is a kind of frame or an orbit where the actor is free to create. And I put him inside and I try to find out what is the natural impulse coming from inside. And I try to push it further and create a character to suit my final super objective of the production. So this I do. And only in certain cases I just get in and punctuate it like this and it. So actually, I to make it short, I will try to take the actor or out of the person so that I've done certain things like I've done a play. So after say after so many shows, that actor changes and somebody else comes in for that role. So without changing the design and the overall effect and overall meaning of the play, the new actor puts his own. Of course, the other fellow has created something. It is there. So on which, what is the extra thing this new actor can give? Suppose it's a better rhythm, better movement, better grace, or suppose he has sing a little more better. His voice is that. So I just push that way also. So I'll try two things when I'm directing it. One, I will try to find out what is the actor, what is his potentials, what is his abilities, and that is to come out and create a character. Two, I want to hide his shortcomings. If he cannot do something that is not being shown, I'll just hide it and find out something else for the character to go up. And somebody say that no, I am an actor's director because it's the actor. But the overall thing, whatever he creates, should fit the super objective, should fit the meaning, and it should be in the total form also. The form and content, that's very important. The actor has to stick to that. Production means a place for that. And that
Mhm.
I'll be very clear. So I feel that no, I gave freedom to the actor. But one of I said it, I tell it to many friends like you who asked me. But when I was being interviewed by one French um, researcher, Annie Dubas, who is a French and did her PhD on contemporary Indian productions, and she was focusing on my work mostly. And she was been watching, living in Kochi for many years, and watching the
Mhm.
rehearsals and traveling with the group and seeing the production. So in an interview, I said that no, I gave actors freedom and they are free to. Then she said, no, you are not doing that. You clearly draw the frame, and the actor has to be in that frame. He cannot be out of it. So that frame is there. So within the frame, uh, he can. And I believe in the organic kind of performance also. There's new things can happen in performance, and it should not be repetition every day. It's something happens then and there also. It's makes me happier if it happens.
Thank you for sharing that. You have been a student of science,
Yes.
and did you, and you are masters in chemistry, but was there a time when you had to choose whether you will go towards theater or no? You were very clear that I have to study science and theater will be a secondary thing, my hobby. And how did you manage this? Like, it's very difficult for many to decide. There are studies, there is a career, and it's hard to decide what kind of situation you are in and how did you manage to do both things actually?
Actually, it's a story. Like I was doing theater in the campus. Uh,
Yeah.
I was doing plays, and while I was studying my second year chemistry, I wanted to choose chemistry
Okay.
because my chemistry teacher was so fantastic. He was
Hmm.
name is Babu Nambudiri, who taught me chemistry plus one and plus two. He was the only teacher, and he is an actor. He's a Kathakali actor. He's a theater actor. He's a film actor also, very important
I
film actor,
see.
Babu
Wow.
Nambudiri. And to be in his class is just wonderful. You will study the subject very clearly. It's very artistic, very clear. Exactly. So I was fascinated by the subject. So I wanted to do chemistry as my degree course. Um, I was not a bad student, and my house, my father is a government servant, but we don't have that much money to go to engineering or that much courses. So I had to go to the graduation. And he wanted me to take mathematics. I said no, chemistry. But in my second year, Calicut University started School of Drama there. I saw the advertisement. So a degree course is coming for theater. So where you can study acting, design, all these things, including makeup, music, everything you
Oh,
can study. So I wanted to go there. So I told my father, no, there's a new degree course in Trichy and it's not very costly and I would love to apply for that course and to go. Then he said, no. He said, you opted chemistry. I said mathematics. So if you want to continue the studies, do chemistry. There is no other option. Do chemistry if you want. Otherwise, stop it. So I was uh, continuing my chemistry. After the chemistry, I went to the post graduation. And soon after the post graduation, I got a job in a college as a lecturer. Later became the associate professor when I retired. And the passion of theater was there. It was happening. In my village, theater was happening. In college, it was happening. Uh, and I was looking around, going to watch plays whenever something important is happening around. Take a plane to travel, say 1 hour to see a play and come back maybe by walking if there's no bus to come back. So this was happening, and I was reading a lot also. Under 70s, my young youth period is the 70s, which is the best time uh, for art, culture, politics, poetry, fiction. A lot of things are happening. So I was all connected with this reading, writing, intellectual things happening, discussions, dialogues, all those things, and the theater also. So once I got a job, I got it in Kochi. I am from a village in Kottayam district, 55 kilometers from Kochi. So coming to
okay.
Kochi is another important step because in when I came to Kochi, I could see more performances, classical, folk, theater. I could attend lectures, workshops. A lot of things are happening. So I was naturally part of it. And then chemistry went in one side and theater after the chemistry classes. So by 87, I was asked by a friend to do a play for a village theater group nearby. So I started.
Mhm.
That's a Mitchell adaptation. So I was doing it. So up to 4 o'clock, college chemistry. Then I'll go for the rehearsals. Maybe 12 o'clock, we'll be doing it. Coming back to college chemistry, I didn't, and I started doing campus theater in my college also. So we have been doing campus theaters, working with students, and I started my group in 1991.
That is Lokadharmi.
Well, that's initially it was named Bhasaperi, but we registered it in 97 as Logatharmi. And
Mm.
one thing which we started is a workshop on Sundays from 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock. It's
Oh.
for people who are not able to go to School of Drama and study it academically. So we
Mm.
were giving almost academic, systematic training to actors. So in the beginning, it was not just acting, it was acting, literature, other things, other forms, yoga, Kathakali, a lot of things. And we invited a lot of people who are experts in each field to come and teach us. Because, I thought that there are many people like me who are not able to go and lucky to be in a school of drama to get trained. So for those people, I started it and still continuing. Tomorrow also we have our actor workshop sessions. Even if I am not in the city, Even if I am traveling, somebody will be in charge of the class. It won't be broken. It was stopped only in the period of COVID. Otherwise,
Great. Yeah, we will come to that period also where Lok Dharma was active in many different ways. We will talk about that later. But um, coming to the direction thing again, uh, you have directed more than 50 plays, and I cannot name them all. Latest being maybe Maya Charitam or something like that. Yeah,
the last one,
and
the last production is
many.
Sapna Vasudutta in NSD Varanasi. It's almost above 60. The 50 is
And older data.
older by data.
All right, almost 60.
Yes.
So now, have you, like you said, how it began? Your friend said, "Why don't you direct a play?" And but now, do you have a preference to certain kind of themes or scripts or plays? Because now you are in a position that you can decide that no, we will not do this. Let's try this. So, what are your preferences? What kind of themes you love to work on?
Yeah, that was there at the beginning itself. Even the first play, it was there. Uh,
Okay.
oh, one or two things which I was now I started writing also. For the last 10, 15 years, I started writing plays also. First, I started
Yeah.
writing with children, then I started writing for adults also. Uh, uh, Even before with the first play, those a group of youngsters who are actually working class people, they saw a production of Boma in the city, and they came to me and said, "We want to have such a production." Then
Hmm.
I read Badal Sarkar's product scripts, and okay, fine. I said, I'm Mitchell. I can try Mitchell. As Teruvu Jatha, the street procession, is the Malayalam. It's adaptations. From the first day, it was almost adaptations. It's not exact reproductions of the text. And I had a kind of lineage to classics. I have
Hmm.
classics, Greek classics, Shakespeare, or means age-old text, which has some solid material in it, and which gives you space to revisit the story, reinterpret it, re-narrate it. Um,
Yeah.
I want heavy text with layered meanings that I like it. And the thing which I'm looking for when I'm reading a play to direct is two things. One, can I find something that this production can relate to my contemporary life? How does this play tells about my life around, my time, my place, my society? What can be there? If
Mhm.
I cannot find such a thing, I will not do that text. It should speak about the present day. The text might have been written about the BC period,
Yeah.
but it should be it, it should be reinterpreted, reread, re-narrated. Each production is a re-narration, which speaks about my relations with my life, my society, and what's happening around me. So that's the one thing. And once I have such a thing, then I look for what is a suitable form with which I can narrate the story. What is the background? Where is this the space where this play can this means positioned? A cultural background or a performance background, a form. So once I find out a form and a meaning which is very relating to my life around, things which I wanted to say about my thing, my life. So then I do the play. So sometimes I write right now, but again, I love to direct plays written by masters, which are true texts. But the same text might have been done by somebody else. It doesn't matter. I'll
Yeah.
create my own production of that text. So that's a challenge. That's an interesting thing for me. I won't call it a challenge.
Yeah.
It's very, very interesting. That's what I'm doing from the day
Hmm.
one.
A1. So, heavy text, master's writing related to me and my life and life around me. But do you realize that in these days, this the level of this script or perform not performance content has diluted a lot, and people want to do something very light, so that goes quickly to the audience. I don't know, maybe then quickly disappears. So how do you look at this trend of, because we are in the digital age, do you still think people are liking these productions and they look for them more, or they are demanding something else? What is your experience from 70s to this day?
No, the times are changing, but from that day onwards, one thing which I wanted in my productions is to do communication. It has to communicate. It has to reach the people. They should understand what this person is trying to tell. You can have different levels of meaning. Everybody may not understand everything, but everybody should get a very basic thing out of it. You should engage them. You should entertain them also. So engaging, entertaining, and telling about their life. I think that people will watch for it. People will sit for it. Yes, you can use digital things. You can do all those things. You can make a production very light, very humorous. It may look very simple outwardly,
Hmm.
but it can have again and deeper layers and can speak.
People, yeah.
Yeah, the next play which I am going to do is like that. It's uh, really sorry. This is not a Shakespeare play. I have published the script. It says that no, this is no, this. It's a comedy. It's a
Hmm.
comedy using rock music. The music is going to
Okay.
be rock, and people will be
Hmm.
dancing, singing, guitar, drums, all those things are there. Clowning, timing, comedy at different levels. But that play will be speaking about lesbian marriages, uh, honor killings, and people making
Oh,
big speeches and taking people, misguiding people. Uh, you may feel that it's from the Shakespeare plays. So I don't speak about very directly. So this is happening this year. I say that no, once upon a time in some city, some
yeah,
country, there's a
yeah.
king and there's two daughters, and this thing happens, and a group of people narrating this, performing the story, and finally it's about celebrating the lesbian marriage.
Okay.
So people can like it, I think. So it depends on how you give it. Of course, there's one change that has happened. I also have changed. In my 70s and 80s, I wanted an audience of 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 people watching my play. I'll be very happy if I get a very big house full auditorium because that was the trend those days. But now I feel that I don't want so much people. I want 300. I want a maximum 400. 200 is fine for me because I have to, my communication has to be more intimate, more personal, more direct. So it is to be more connected. It's not just showing things up. It's and that is a change, and that change is happening all around the world. Theater is becoming smaller. Means it doesn't mean that so many people can watch it. They can have the next show. We can have multiple shows. So 1,000 people can see it in 5 shows, not in a single show. And now I am afraid to see 2,000 people uh, in my play. Things will drastically change. I'll tell my actors, please, this is not the play which you have done. See the audience. Forget about the nuances. Shout it and to move and somehow reach the last man and do that when that happens. But now the shift is from those bigger spectacles to more intimate kind of exchanges.
Mhm.
That's happening. That's the last
Um,
thing in the last 10 minutes, 10 years, I think. 10, 15 years.
okay. Yeah, it is understandable. You mentioned your first play you wrote was for children. Am I
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So would you please tell something about that? How did you decide I am going to write a play, and how did you decide that it will be for children, or when you started writing, it turned out for the children? What was the journey of this first play, and what was the theme?
The thing was, it's slightly, I thought myself not as a writer. I thought that no, I am not a very good writer of plays. So,
Hmm.
since there are so many beautiful plays, great plays written by so many people in all the cultures, why should I write a play? I can just take one and then rewrite it, means redo it on the stage. And in 2000, I started a group with children. So we did a workshop for children. We have been doing workshop from 97. In 2000, we did a workshop. And after the workshop, one of the students
This
said,
is sorry. This is as part of Lok Dharmi only.
yes, it's a part of
Yeah.
Logothami. It's a branch of kind of children's wing of Logothami. It has a
Yeah.
different name, Malaville. Malaville means rainbow. So we had the first
Uh,
workshop in 97, 98, 99, 2000. After the workshop, one of the child said that, no, this is the thing which all the uh, aged people do to children. They give you
mhm.
sweet, a very beautiful sweet, and then we have started liking it. They say finished. So this is the same thing. You have given us a beautiful 7 days for us and the theater, and now you say the camp is over, the workshop is over, we can go. Then I said, okay, if you are ready to come back, I'll be here next Saturday. If anybody, I will be here. So if you come, I'll be here. And I was there. And some 10, 15 students, children came. And I started doing workshops for children every Saturday. Today I have gone for that workshop. Uh, it's continues
Yeah,
from that
yeah.
that.
So, if I am understanding it right, in the beginning you did like 7 days workshop or short workshop, and there was no intention of doing a play with them.
No, no. But
Yeah.
in between, I have did two, three productions with children, not for my group. In Cochin
Hmm.
Shipyard, they had a recreation club. They invited me to do certain
Okay.
productions with their children. I did two or three
Hmm.
productions with them.
Hmm.
All these productions have been written by others. And
Yeah.
when I started this children's theater also, I have to do a production every year with them at least.
Okay. Okay.
So it was very tough to get a play that can satisfy the children.
Hmm.
Um, After this Maravilla started, I thought of doing Post Office by Tagore. So I took the text and we read the play. And one of the child said, no, it's not a good play. I said, what are you saying? It's Tagore, the novel, only Nobel laureate of India, the great playwright, poet. And you're saying the play is not good. Then she said, okay, he may be a great writer, but this play is not good. I said, why? Then she said, no, no, in the last, the child is dying. We don't want a child to die in the end. I said, no, no, we can change it. You don't understand this death. It may be a journey. He'll be starting his journey from one place to somewhere else. So it's a journey. We are not going to do it as death. Okay. Then she said, okay, whatever you say, you can say like that, but it's death itself. And then she said, came with another very important point. And even if it's not death, the play is not interesting. Interesting. That's the word she used. I said, why? There's no fun in doing it. Two people come talk. One person goes. Somebody else comes in and talk. And then he goes. And then two or three people come talk. And he goes. And what is the fun in just people coming, two or three people coming and just talking and talking and talking and talking and going? So then I have to, that's a very, very irrelevant. It's about the structure and form of the place you're speaking. So is how should children's theater be? What should the children want in a children's play? They want to sing, they want to dance, they want to make fun, they have to move, they have to celebrate. It's not that emotional exchanges alone. And I read one or two more plays with them. They said, no, 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 we don't want it. Then
Hmm.
one day, Habib Tanvir was in the city and he was very close to me. We were walking for a dinner through the street of Cochin, and I suddenly got an idea. I asked Habibji, so can this Charandas chore can be done by children? Then he looked at me and said, why not? You try. So next day I went there and told a story of Charandas chore, just a story. I didn't tell that it's a great play, nothing like that. And I asked, what's how you like it? Then they said, okay, this is a good one. Then I told this is one of the greatest plays India and theatre has created, Habib Tanvir, etc., etc. And it's an adult's play, not a children's play. And we translated and adapted it and we performed. And then the next year, I got a play by B.V. Karanth, Panjarashala. Then the next year, I got a play by Chandrasekhara Kambar, again from Kannada, Alibaba and 40 Thieves. Um, so it's uh, year by year, I am not finding a text. Then I had been invited to Karnataka to do a play with children, and there I adapted Bommana Halliya Kindara Jogi. It's a poem by Kuvempu, the great poet of Kannada. They think it's a national poet of Kannada. It's a great poet with poetry which everybody knows by heart. B.V. Karandas directed a play on that poem. It's an adaptation of Pied Piper in poetry.
Okay.
So it's a very popular production there. So they wanted me to do that again. So I re visited the text, and in Kannada I did a play Bommana Halliya Kindara Jogi. It's the name of the poem itself. Then coming
Okay.
back, I thought, okay, next this year I am going to do it. I am going to write it in Malayalam. It's an adaptation based on Malayalam, and I wrote it myself. Uh, Totally different. And that is the book, Bommana Halliile Kindra Jogi. That's the first book published also. Uh,
Hmm.
as a book, which won the state award also. I did that play. The next year, the most original play I have to write is Tattamaram, the parrot tree. It's
Hmm.
again based on a folk tale from some Rajasthan somewhere. It's about a tree where people believe that the fruit of the tree is very much poisonous. If you eat the fruit, you will die then and there. And
Hmm.
so the king gave watch and what for people not to come there and eat it. So it is protected. That's a very devilish tree. But
Hmm.
I found that I wrote that no, the tree is a magical tree. Uh, the leaf can fly from one branch to the other branch, just like parrots. So parrots flying off, parrots coming back and becoming the leaves, and the sea sings very sad songs at night when it's alone, and so many things happening. And finally, a husband and wife, an old man and old lady. Uh, they had a very beautiful life, but now their children are not here. They are in America, and so they are struggling to
It seems some problem. I see it is frozen. I think my side is okay. The other side is frozen, it seems. Let us wait. Maybe there is some problem of connectivity. Let us wait for a minute. There's some problem. So, meanwhile, I want to welcome all those who are here watching it live. I'm thankful to you, and I am thankful to those who will be watching the recording. Today, we are in conversation with Dr. Chandradasan, artistic director at Lodharmi Theatre, Kochi. He's back. I think he's back.
Yes, I'm back. So to make it short, they wanted to commit suicide by eating this plant, and uh, they revitalized. Then the people found that this is not a very bad tree. This tree is very good, and fruits are very nice. So they decided to plant the tree everywhere, and the tree is being planted everywhere. So it's about ecology. When things are going very bad, have trees planted. They are not bad, etc. But there's something else. How this tree was born. It's another story of a parrot and a king. The parrot being killed, and the parrot was bringing a fruit from the forest for the princess. And somebody said that no, this is a poison to kill the prince. So the parrot was killed, and this fruit and the parrot was being uh, put digged in a single hole. So from there, this tree erupted. So we don't know whether the parrot become the tree or the fruit become the tree, or both the parrot and the fruit formed a single tree, and it had the same fruits coming in, and people said it's poison because it was a poison to be brought by a parrot from the tree to kill the princess. So it's not. So things are not the same as we believe. Have to look closely into it. And that's the story of that Tatamaram. Then every year I have to.
So, was that the first play written by you based on that?
It's my first original play.
Yeah.
Bombrahalli Kindrajogi is a far-stretched adaptation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the adaptation, it's an adaptation of Bombrahalli Kindrajogi by Kuambu, which is an adaptation of the Pied Piper. So
Hmm.
but they're much different. Pied Piper and Kindrajogi are different. Kindrajogi and my play is also different. So it can be the
Okay.
source. I can say the
Yeah.
source
Yeah.
is Kindarajogi, but
Yeah.
the play is mine. But Tatamaram
Hmm.
is completely the story, everything is mine. Actually, we created it in a workshop with my children.
Hmm. Okay. So, let's take this conversation further through the help of some images, some photographs of your work related to Lok Dharmi. Give me a second, please. This is Lok Dharmi.
Yes,
Wow. Fantastic. So, very calm and serene place, it seems.
it's a very serene place, and it's 13 kilometers from the city center of Cochin, means Ernakulam. It's in a village, and we have a lake in front of Logatharmi. It's a Vembanad, the backwaters. And if you go the other
Okay.
side, the eastern side is the lake. If you go behind 1.5 kilometers is the sea. It's the Arabian Sea. It's a very peaceful, lush,
Hmm.
beautiful village.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So, who designed this place?
This place, actually, those designs, the picturesque design and the grill is designed by an artist known as Shobha Menon. She is part of Logatharmi. She is one of the
Hmm.
director board members, and she used to be my costume and the art director from my first play, Telugu Jatha Mitchell. Still, she does it, and that is there. But the building is designed by uh, an architect known as Padma Kumar, who is uh, Cosford. You might have heard of Cosford. It's a kind of environment friendly building group.
Okay. Hmm.
Low cost means less
Hmm.
energy kind of building. And you can see the
O-
backwaters far away. That's a white,
Yeah,
that white area is the backwaters.
I see. And it's not. an easy thing to have a place of theater for any theater troupe or organization. That's great. And a den of drama. Are they talking about this place only?
Yes,
Ah, so it's known as a den of drama, we can say also that.
yeah, that's
Oh,
a
great.
title given by I think Indian Express, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Indian Express.
Very. So, what's going on there? These
There's
are
a
the
there's a
members
workshop.
of Lok Dharmi or what?
This a workshop which happens on Sundays.
Okay.
This workshop
And
happening
they
there.
are stand-alone workshops, or they you have to attend a series of workshop and finish it.
It's a little flexible. I'm not very, I mean,
Okay.
so formatted. Like we have workshops on all Sundays, so you
All
can join
right.
to that. But if you come for 1 week or 1 month or 6 months,
Yeah.
will not be anything. So if you want to, you have to continue. It's a cyclic kind of thing going on. So some
All
people continue
right.
for 2 hours, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, some 10
Oh,
years. It goes like that. Somebody sticks back. Somebody come and go. So that's one kind of workshops. Then we have
all right.
short-term workshops with 3 day workshop, 5 day workshop on a specific area,
Yeah.
mostly by
Mm-hmm.
a visiting faculty. Uh,
Hmm.
last workshop, one of the last workshop has been done by Prasanna. And
Yeah.
there was a workshop by a Barry Stewart man from USA. Just focus on that area. And now another workshop is coming in August. It's an international workshop. Um,
Good. So when we are seeing this picture, and you say that this is very open workshop, anybody can join on
yes,
Sunday. So
yes.
do they have to pay some little amount of fee or what?
Very, very little amount of money. They have to give 1,000 rupees per month.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just to meet the expense of the partial expense of the electricity,
Yes.
the water, and those things.
I think it also shows some kind of commitment from their side. When they pay
Yes,
it, they take it little seriously.
yes,
Yeah. So this is part of those kind of workshops only.
yes, yes, yes.
But this is a
This is
production
a rehearsal.
rehearsal, I think.
This is a rehearsal.
Uh, this
It's
is the same place, I think.
the same place. The stage is the same, but the set is done
Yeah.
partly. It's a
So
rehearsal of a play known as.
so do you have I mean a kind of team
Yeah,
who are involved in all
uh,
productions, or they are there for a long time, the members of Lok Dharmi? What is the setup of Lok Dharmi? Can you please tell us?
yeah. In the beginning, we have this workshops going on, and we did productions with the students who come to the workshop. And after some time, they become kind of permanent members. So
Great.
from the 90s to 2015, of course, new people joined, but most of the people were the same. Means you can see the same actors doing important roles till 2015. Uh, it was a kind of repertory to call it.
Yes.
Of course, somebody went away, somebody joined new. It's always there. And this which won the national award last year for the best play, sorry, best film and the best script and best editing. It was directed one of my students, and that all the 11 actors, the important actors, are from this group. So it's that repertory group. They decided, okay, we want to do a film, and they did it. So it was a kind of repertory. But after this building is coming, it has some residential spaces also. We've got
Okay.
some places to sleep, etc. So I thought to means make it a little more bigger. It's not now a Kochi's group. It's a Kerala kind of group.
All
Actors
right.
from all around Kerala can come and be part of our work. So now
Mm.
I announce auditions for a new play. So when a new play is
Okay.
there, I announce an audition. So anybody can come for that audition. And what I'm doing from 2017 is that, I'll take 50% of actors from the already
Okay.
performed actors of Logodermi. Once you're
Mm.
performing in a Logodermi production, you're a Logodermi actor. So 50% is left to the new faces, new faces to come in. Because I felt that no, it has to be refreshed also. New energy, new blood has also to come into. So it's a balance between the old people and the new people. Sometimes the lead role is done by a new person, and then one of the old
Mm.
actors will be doing a minor role, but they are there to guide them, to tell them this is a working methodology of logotherapy, this is a philosophy of logotherapy, this is the way how to behave in logotherapy, this is the way the group is.
Yeah.
We'll select a shortlist a group of actors. Suppose we need 15 or 16 actors in a play. Eight is going to be the new faces, eight the old faces. And then we'll have a shortlisted some 20, 25 people. Then we do a 3 day or 5 day workshop with these people. And from the workshop, we make the casting. Who is there in the final thing. And if sometimes we'll be called back when somebody leaves.
All
So
right.
it's a kind of, that's the way we are doing it right now.
So this is also within Lok Dharme, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Hmm.
It's another rehearsals. This is after a workshop with a
After a workshop.
visiting faculty.
Okay.
And
This is.
this is a production from Sweden. Sometimes we host productions also. So if we can afford financially, we'll be glad
Hmm.
to host the productions. And many people from different parts of the world has come there and performed. Of course, we cannot pay them their fee or anything like that, but we can give the facilities like set, light, stay, food, the publicity, and the
Hmm.
audience. So this is a play
Hmm.
from Sweden. It happened, I think, 2 years before. Two
So
years.
what is the capacity of
We can say
of-
300 to 350 people can see it. Maximum 400 can see it.
okay. Okay.
It's an open ground because you're seeing
Mm-hmm.
the stage is covered, but the audience
Hmm.
sits in the open space.
Okay.
In a closed theater. This is, a,
What play is this?
this is known as Kali Nadagam.
Okay.
It's written by a contemporary writer, Sajida Madatil, and she is performing in the central as the Kali, as the center. You can see that big costumed
Hmm.
character
Yeah.
is. She's, she's a film actor and a writer also. She wrote this play, and she wanted to do a production with me, and I said, come with a subject, and she wanted a one actor show. And she came with an idea. I said, the idea is good, write it. And then it becomes two actors, three actors, five actors, and finally 17 actors. And I said,
Hmm.
okay, now this is enough. We are doing it. So it's a production. And this is another play known as Chaya Chitram, Maya Chitram.
Oh, this is Chaya Chitra Maya Chitram. Yeah.
Yeah, it's again written by one of my actors, Jebin. This is his first play. First play he has written.
Hmm.
The same play.
Same, same play. So,
They used
uh,
digital things also in the play. There's a projections of paintings.
this and this are the same play?
Same play, same play.
Okay, this takes us to Greek
Yes,
background. It seems,
yes.
yeah,
There's a Greek character. It's a five
yeah.
female characters. Five female characters from five different periods. Then five different stories. It's actually about five paintings.
All right.
Five
Okay.
paintings of five women. And that painting comes to life. This is Kali Nadagam. You can see Sajida Madathir in the left. And Divya Gopinath
Yeah. Hmm.
having that hand
Okay.
gesture. She's another important actress. She's also acting in films.
This is differently.
Bharam. This was the first production, Karnabharam by Bhasa.
Karnavaram. Okay.
This was first play we did in 92 after the group started. And it's still performing. We have completed 360 shows of this play.
Hmm.
Still it's running. Of course,
So
actors
in
changed.
Delhi, many theater people, when they hear of Karnavaram, they are reminded of Panikarji.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but this play, what you have done, won some awards also, I
Yeah,
think.
this won the Meta Award for the best play,
Yeah.
best set design, and best costume design.
So,
No,
so this is like you were saying, you invite people. This
yes,
was in person, physical, or it was online?
no, it's physical.
Physical, because it is physical storytelling. So
Yes,
it was happening there. Okay.
yes.
So this is one of the examples of your collaboration with the,
People from outside.
mm, yeah, from outside people.
We have
Yeah,
at
great.
least we have at least two or three workshops every year. People coming from outside, and there are certain people who comes regularly.
Yeah.
I mean, at least once in a year or twice in a year. I mean, once in 2 years.
This is one of the examples you say when you do 3 days, 5 days
Yes,
workshops, right?
yes.
Um, so some people say that 3-year course is not enough. Then how can 3 days workshop can
No,
be
in 3 day
enough?
workshops, it will be either on a small aspect of the thing. Maybe it's about improvisation, or maybe it's about voice, or maybe
Yeah.
it's about the initial kind of experiencing. This is just to give a
Yes.
taste, either, or give an advanced kind of thing to test themselves, to confront themselves. Okay, this is it. So
Yeah.
it's not a
And if
complete workshop.
they would like to taste it more, they will get an idea from
Yeah,
there
they can
and
continue.
how,
Yeah,
yeah,
they can
yeah.
continue.
And then I think this is pandemic times
Yes,
when a series of talks were there,
we
including
had.
you. This is pandemic time also?
This
Yeah.
is a festival. Means this IPAR, Pune. They had that
Mm,
festival, IPAR festival, and I was one of the guests that year. Uh, I was teaching direction, but it was an online
yeah.
direct, online course.
Yeah. This is online also.
This is direct, physical,
Yeah. She seems that she has been coming more than
regularly.
once.
Yeah, she is
Yeah.
coming regularly, Kathleen, and her husband. He's a wonderful actor. They both come.
Hmm. This work is interesting, and I remember to be part of it live when it was uh, done.
Mm.
Yeah, this is from the same
Yeah,
online session.
that Shobha Menon, you can see that the top
Yeah.
right. She is the artist who does it. And then
Okay.
when Kathleen Mulligan is down, and there's
Mm-hmm.
somebody else. So we had a 48 talks
Okay.
on pandemic time, because when it was closed, my actors, we have activities on all Sundays. They said no, they want to have something on Sundays. I said, what can we do? Then said no, why not we have workshops, online workshops. I said no, I don't believe in online workshops teaching acting online. So I
Hmm.
was then they said no, let us talk about theater. So I said if you can arrange and plan it, I'll just come and talk. So I did 2 weeks for 2 or 3 weeks talking to my students. And on that week, Benzicaul made a call. And he asked me, "What are you doing, Chandra?" I said, "No, nothing doing, but now we are having a talk on some aspect of theater for my students on Sundays." Then he asked me, "Why do you limit to your students? Why not you make it a national or international event?" And
Yeah.
he is the person who put that idea into my head. And then said, "That's a great thing." And then I asked, "Can you come and do the first talk?" And then he said, "Yes, I will do it." Then he started about spaces and theater. And there was a first lecture with Ben Sikol, and then it followed. And the last lecture was been given by Richard Scheckener 5 years ago. So the 48 marvelous interactive sessions. We start at 10 o'clock. It will go up to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock sometimes. And almost it was crowded. Zoom meetings, of course, 100 people only watching at a time. But people are seeing it in Facebook Live also. And the videos are uploaded in Facebook and our YouTube channel also. Some of them are there. And the first book, the Myriad Spaces edited, is actually 12 talks from that, 12 selected
Okay.
talks from that thing.
All
And we can
right.
have three more
Okay.
books. Can have three more books. Uh, we are thinking of the next volume of the next 12 talk.
Mhm.
I don't know when we'll do it, but it's a big work to transcribe, edit,
Yes.
write, send back to the author,
Yeah.
use correction and work on the language again and make it uniform. Means almost equal number of pages to all the speakers. And sometimes the audience interaction is also given, a meaningful questions and answers. But it's a wonderful book, that Myriad Spaces. Uh,
Then
it's
another book is Spacing Actors,
Spacing Actors is my thesis.
your thesis.
It is
So
not
actually, what does this mean? Spacing actors. What kind of topic
actually.
is it about?
I was trying to space the position of an Indian actor, a contemporary Indian actor. Where is he? And what else is around him? So, what are the influences which guide or direct or orient him? So, he's living in this period, means my lifetime, means 75 to so 80 to this day. Uh, so, a lot of things are happening. We have got the Western theater coming in. We have got poetics coming in. We have got all the modern Brecht to Beckett to Pittsburgh, all these people, masters, Stanislavski coming in. And we have this Natya Shastra, the poet, and the classical theatre tradition, uh, Kudiyatam, Kuttu, and then the folk theatre, from Jatra to Nautangi to Padani to Theyyam to numerous kinds of these things, and the contemporary awareness and political things. So, an actor is performing in is positioned in between these things. So, he's trying to find out what is relevant and how what is controlling my theater. Actually, in the beginning, I thought of writing the work, means do the research about Panikar and Habib Tanvir. Then one of the people in the interview board asked me, "Why do you go for other people's work? You have been doing a lot of work, and many people are doing work on your theater. So it's better you talk about your theater." So it finally turned out to be how this tradition movements is affecting my understanding of theater and my work on the actor. It's mostly the work on the actor, not the design. And work on the actor and the space which we create, because the actor stands in a space. See, in a space, the space is the physical space, it's a fictional space, and it's a cultural space also where he's positioned. So these aspects are being analyzed in the thesis. It has to come as a book. Maybe within 1 year or two, that will be also published.
Okay. Yes. Now I want to talk about children's theater for a while because you have been doing both. As you said, you started doing workshops on Saturdays, and gradually you moved towards the performance, and then you have done a few performances of very important note. So I have a few questions around this children's theater. Mm, because you have been working, you work with adults also. So is there a difference in the process of direction when you are directing adults and when you are directing children?
Yes, there is a difference. One, the children are more creative.
Mm,
They don't have any blocks. They are not limited by so-called knowledge. So
mm,
once you unleash them, they'll do wonders, and they don't doubt about what they're doing. They just do it and enjoy it. So only
mm,
thing is that no, you have to create a kind of understanding or path, means a kind of bridging with the children. Their inner kind of creative urges. So it's very interesting to work with children. For adults, you have to be more explaining, calculating, deciding. All those things are there. And the children, it's more fun and more creative. And I simply sit. I thought that no, I cannot do a children's play. I was in. I said I told you before I started the workshop in logothermy. I has been invited by
yeah,
the
other.
Cochin shipyard, and they said,
Mm,
no, we want to do two things from you. One is we wanted to do a play with the employees, and we wanted to
mm,
do a workshop with children, and also a
yeah.
play with children. A workshop followed by a play. Then I said, okay, workshop I will do. Play I am not going to do with children. I'll be doing the play for the adults. I'll give one of my friends, suggest one of my friends to do the children's play. And I went to the workshop and I found the children are marvelous and creative and wonderful. They're highly imaginative. I found them so interesting. After the 5 day or 7 day workshop, I told the organizers, sorry, I am directing the play for the children, and the adults play will be directed by my friend. And that's the first play I worked with children. And that is a big kind of success. We have a lot of performances. We travel to Delhi with the play. We had a lot of shows in Surya Festival, this, there, many festivals, and all other occasions. Then onwards, I decided, okay, I have something to do with children also. I am doing with children. I did 3 or 4 productions for those group. Then this came, this our children's theatre wing, which we are continuing. I do a play once in 2 years with them. And alternatively, somebody else will be doing it. Somebody else will be doing the play, and I will be doing the play. So we'll just make shifts. So last time I've done the play, The Boat Boy. Uh, that is the last children's play, which it's not actually a children's play. It's a play by children for adults. That's what I say. It's about the
Mm,
youngest freedom martyr of India. The
yeah.
youngest boy who has been killed by the British is from Orissa. So it's a 12-year-old boy. So we have done that play as the 75th आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव के एनएसडी हेल्प किया थोड़ा
Highly,
सा.
highly, I think it is your highly acclaimed play, actually.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And yeah, children's doing play for adults. And in other case, adults also do play for children.
Yes.
Mm, has Lok Dharmi produced a play, The Adult Actors for Children? No?
No, 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 no. Because we have
Uh,
a lot of children actors who can
yeah.
do it and they want to do
But
it.
isn't it difficult to get their time for going outside and all because they have
Yeah, they have.
schooling schedule?
It's no, it's a little tricky They have the exams, they have the tuitions, they have this and they have that, and they have the dance classes, they have the painting, they have the music. All these things are there. But now we are in a position in the city that we are a little having that kind of acceptance, so that parents and schools want their children to come and take part in our workshop and, if possible, act in the play. So the schools
They
agree,
must have seen
the
some
result,
value there.
the value
Being
there.
there is,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the board boy has been traveling to with the board boy to Orissa last week. We have been performing that play in Paradeep in a national theatre festival. This festival is happening for 22 years, and it's the first time a children's play is being performed there. So we have been
Yeah,
traveling
that is,
there.
that is why I asked this
Yeah.
question. Isn't it difficult to take
Yeah.
children?
On 19th we started, and the organizers also was understanding. They said, "Tell me the date where you can come." So the festival is from
Okay.
16 to 26. Then I said, 19th is the last day of the exam. So 19th evening we start. And still, two or three students has their exams, one paper left. But they came. But the school said, no, you can go and come back and we will give a retest. And one school said, okay, you have the marks in the former exam, the earlier exams, the midterm exam, this exam, you need not write it, you'll pass. So the parents are also agreeing that no, let the exams go. So once you have attain that position, the schools will agree to that, the parents will agree to that, and the children won't agree to, they won't allow the parents to say no. They will say, we have to go, we will go.
Great. So
Yeah,
let's
it's a
see.
little difficult. We have to plan, know them, their schedule, and just plan it like that also. So actually, we did not have a proper rehearsals before going to Orissa.
Mm.
We had the show, last show 2 months before. So we went there and we did a rehearsal there only.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you announced the audition like you used to do for
Yes.
adults,
Yes.
and then
And it is,
children
and
came from
this has
outside
been
Kochi also.
outside Kochi means 15 kilometers, 20 kilometers, 25
Yeah.
kilometers. They travel 25. Alway, one girl is coming. Tripunithura, one girl is coming. It's 20, 25 kilometers away. They come.
Mm.
And this actually, this Bond Boy, this audition was more important because it happened after the COVID.
Yeah.
Because the COVID stopped everything. So when this restarted, we had to find new children. So that audition was done. But normally we have a summer workshop every summer. So some 50 to
Okay.
55 children take part in that. For the next play, we'll be choosing, selecting students from there mostly. And of course, the other
Okay.
students who are in the former place.
Hmm. So sometimes this audition thing is very tricky or difficult. What is the process of audition? And because sometimes some child may not give his or her best at the time of audition, but he or she has the potential.
Yeah.
And how do you manage
For the
to
board boy,
select or not to select the children? How do you
yeah.
make them feel, wow, wow, this is very difficult. I mean, saying no to a child.
No,
How do you do all this?
it's very difficult. It's very difficult. But what I do is that no, I don't. I just ask them to come, say something, sing something, and do a small bit of this and that. And I just look into whether this child has a little tendency inside. Actually, for the board boy, we have shortlisted some students, and then we give 6 months workshop for them every day.
I see.
And then actually, production took 6 7 months. So first three
Hmm.
months only workshops to get them
Hmm.
prepared for the play. It's not because no, after the COVID, everything has been stopped, and we don't have the earlier children. They are grown up. They cannot be
Hmm.
acting in the play.
Yeah.
So we wanted to have a new. Now it's organically growing up. We have got the next 10 15 children waiting. we can choose from them. So normally we don't do audition for children, but for board boy we are forced to do because uh, the COVID made us do it. For adults, we do it.
Right. But for this, the board boy, you did workshop with them,
Yes.
or you? Oh, yes, that's a wonderful idea because then they go satisfied that they have been part of a long process. It's not
Yes.
that come and say
No,
a
no,
few
no.
lines, yes and no, and go.
No, no, no.
That makes them feel horrible. I mean, so it's good to know.
Yeah.
So we have some pictures I have chosen of the process. I think you can quickly. I have a few pictures, and you just describe in one line, one sentence or two what's happening here.
This are the moment from the summer workshop.
Yeah.
We have seven. This year summer workshop happens from 2nd to 6th of April. 5 days, 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock. So we have different segments, different teachers introducing different kinds of things like literature, poetry, painting, music, traditional forms, improvisation, acting, all those things. And this is a moment from that workshop.
Oh, yes.
This is our everyday, so it's every Saturday workshop, which I have gone today.
Okay. All right.
It's again that summer workshop. We have a sea 1.5 kilometers away.
Yes.
So
You
sometimes,
told about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes we take the children there and we do the voice exercise, sound exercises, talking to the sea and
Yeah.
responding to the sea, etc.
Eyes are closed, and I think they are feeling the wind and
Yes, they're
the
feeling the wind,
sound and all that.
sound, everything, and they're totally involved in it.
Great.
And they ask to hear what the sea is telling back,
Yeah.
what the
Listening to
sea
the
is
sea.
telling, and talk to the sea.
Yeah.
This is again from the summer workshop.
All right.
Yes, this is again the summer workshop where this we have some music instruments, and this is a session on folk music. And the students are given instruments also. They can play and do the drumming and singing. That's also there.
So summer workshop, generally how long are they?
It's 5 to 7 days.
All right. And so though that means there is no production, right?
No, no, they will be having, they'll be split into groups, 5 groups. So
Mm.
in between, they have to create some 10 minutes improvisation performances. Of course,
Improvising.
guided by
Okay.
what each group will have a teacher, but they are asked to do minimum intervention. Let the child do it. So when there's a
Yeah.
block, just guide them. So that they do on the last day. This is another session where they have been trained in a traditional form known as Chautu Nadagam. It's a traditional dramatic form of Kerala, of Cochin mostly. This is
Okay.
an improvisation they are doing. It's improvisation they are doing after the workshop.
All right. Okay. The
This is a,
boatman rehearsal?
this is
The
a
boat
rehearsal
boy.
of the board boy. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So they seem to come directly from school or what?
Yeah, yes, they are directly coming from the school. Actually,
Mm.
our theater is 13 kilometers away, and the children are in the city schools. But this time,
Mm.
the GCDA, the Greater Question Development Authority, gave us a room in the city itself to rehearse. It's actually the room of Kochi Blasters. It's GCDA owns the stadium, the football and the cricket stadium, and associated with that there are rooms. So this belonged to the Blasters football group. So since there was no football season, so the corporation means GCD said, okay, use that space and rehearse.
Okay.
But the final rehearsals, we take it to the group theater. It's again, board
Right.
board. This is the
This
board boy
is
production. Production of board boy.
this is rehearsal or from the play,
Production for the play.
from performance.
Yes, I think it's a performance. It's a performance. Or a rehearsal.
Okay.
It's a performance, I think. Performance.
They are singing something.
Yes, singing. Yeah.
Same play.
Same play.
Yeah.
Yes, same.
Yeah.
Same. Yes. This is Tatamaram.
Different. Yeah, this is Tatamaram, right?
Yes, yes.
All right, let's stop here for a while and talk about, well, what kind of feeling you have when you go through the whole workshop, the rehearsal, and put up a play that is performed by children. How it is different from doing with adults. And when you are working with children, what kind of feeling you have within, and what is for you doing a play with children? What are they getting out of it? What is in your mind that through the I'm sure that it's not that they should act well and they should
No,
do a
no.
good production, get some claps and claps for the direction. I'm sure you must be doing much more beyond that. What is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, for me, production means, especially with children, it's a process that is more important, not the production, the final product. The process
Yes.
and those things which the child goes through from the beginning to the stage. Of course, when they perform well and they got a standing ovation in Orissa, it's great. People coming and taking selfies with the children and all those things. But these workshops and this, it does two, three things. One, it relates the child to the society. Means, where am I? Who am I? What am I? What is inside me? What is not? So one of the child said, when some newspaper reporter asked her, "What do you study in these workshops?" Then she said, "We are studying life. So to how to live, how to means relate with the people, how to manage life itself is the thing." And most of the people, means we are not bothered whether this child is going to be an actor or an actress or an artist in the life. One of the girl is an IAS officer, maybe a doctor, an engineer, or a
Mm.
layman, a farmer, whoever is it. So, but they become better human beings. They can manage their lives more effectively. They'll be more efficient in managing themselves and the life around. So that's the process. And that's one thing. The second one is the bondage you create with the children and the children among themselves. That kind of love, affection, and the feeling together, it's so different. They simply love you. Even if after 30 years or 40 years, just make a call and they are there for you. Means it's becoming something deeper in their heart, in their mind. It will be molding their personality, their attitudes, and their perspectives about life itself. So that's more important. Theater is just a kind of tool to do it, but we are not advising. We are not giving any moral lessons. Don't do this, nothing. It's the process. Theater has that ability, that kind of uh, making them understand what is to be done to do something, to create something, and what are the obstacles that can form, and what is who is who. So you can understand people much more easy, much more better. So it's the process that's more important. Of course, uh, it's a child, and if something goes out of it, it's fine. So in the last play in Orissa, the police officer came without a cap. I asked him next day, "What happened to your cap?" It was there. I kept it somewhere, but when I came to enter, it was not there. Somebody misplaced it. So I decided not to do it, to come. in time. It's okay. But I tell him, but you have to be a little more careful to keep it and take it easily. And the other persons should not take it away. That also is there. You
Yeah.
keep it, you manage it. I don't have stage hands behind the curtain to push the children to go enter this. This is it. This is nothing. I ask the my help means technical team not to be behind a curtain, pushing the children into it. Let them manage it themselves. You give the all in the beginning. Though these are things are available. Have it. Then you do your work. So there's nothing wrong or nothing right in doing it. It's just not proper or improper, but the warmth, the passion, and the energy they create on stage is marvelous. It's more spontaneous than adult theater.
So it's very obvious that Lok Dharmi does not tell parents or children that become part of this workshop to be good actors.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah. And
But they act very well. They act very well.
yeah, but as you said, yes, they are here to understand life around them in a better way. And then whatever confidence or whatever creativity they get, they can use in any field they go to. But this is an experience. And like we don't do moral teaching, do like this, don't do like this. But tell me a few things, two or three things that may do a lot of harm to children if a director or a facilitator does that. It is for them who are into children's theater and they use them as puppet sometimes.
Don't do that.
So,
That's it. Understand the child first. Theater is not the thing. It's the child. The child should be at the center of the production. In my book, which is releasing this week, there's an article which I read in a seminar in Delhi NSD. It's known as the children's voice in theater. So the question
ah,
is whether you're hearing the voice of the children in the children's productions. The child should be able to say the play by Tagore is not good with a reason. And
yeah,
if they are saying that this is not a good play, for this reason, you have to accept it. You cannot impose it. No, no, no. This is something great. You have to do it. No.
yeah.
You have to hear them. You have to hear them and you have to mold them again into the thing which you want. For example, when I am to writing this board boy, I've already decided that this happens in a river known as Brahmani River. This murder
Mm.
happened in Brahmani River. He is a boat boy, boatman in that river, and he hesitated to take the British and the police officers across the sea. Uh, so they shot him. So the story is I've been telling the story to the children. This is it, and we are improvising it. We don't do a lot of improvisations each scene, each segment. Then I asked them, what should be, how should we tell the story? Then one of the child said, let the river narrate the story. I said, the Brahmana river is a character. What will be the character? What is our role? Or the role of the river? They said, the river should tell the story. I have decided it before that, but I could hear the child say that. So that's why I said, the children are more imaginative. And the two children, two girls, were performing as the Brahmani river, narrating the story. And the story is being performed. Intermittent narration is there. So it's like that. No, you have to be flexible. You have to be very flexible.
Yeah.
But that flexibility is within the limit of the work which you are going to do. You cannot do anything. And sometimes very simple things will be creating wonders. Very simple things. The child will do it for you. And
So, y- you have been working with children now for many, many years, but has this time of reels and shorts and screen things changed your way of working
No,
because the children
no,
um no.
no, no.
So that
It's a misnomer. The child is a child.
yeah.
The child is a child. They'll be talking a lot of things. They'll be exposed to a lot of things which the former generation might not have used. They'll be exposed to adultery, everything, but within it. So, in one of my means Viva in a school of drama, one student was opting the children's theater. I asked her, "What's the challenges you're facing to work with children?" Then they said, "No, the children are not no more there. They are speaking about sex and they are speaking about this and that. No, how can they be children anymore? And it's very tough to then. It's very tough to make them do the same stories like the Panchatantra or the animals or this thing and that thing, etc. They don't like it. They don't want it." Then I asked her, "Say, do the children like Tom and Jerry? Do they watch Tom and Jerry?" Yes, they watch it. Why? The same children watch Tom and Jerry because that thing is narrated in a language which the child can understand. The child can narrate to. There's a child inside. You have to take that. You have to address to a child inside, not to the external reel or that. They'll be doing reels. They'll be doing WhatsApp. They'll be doing all those things. But inherently, see, it's again about adults also. Inherently, there is a raw human inside, a very basic raw human who can cry, who can be angry, who can be suffering, who can be the real thing inside. You have to address that passion, that inside person, that base element, the base element of being a human. Then things will be different. And you have to address the child within, and the child is a child. And once they're exposed to this, we can say, now stop your reel for 2 days. They will stop it. They'll be happily doing it. But
Yeah.
you have to create a kind of confidence. They have
Yes.
to believe you.
Yes. So the onus lies on you, what kind of environment you are creating for them and
Yes.
to engage them.
Yes.
So we were here and oh, I kept a reminder for myself to ask you, like when you were 10 or 15 years old, when you enter the teen age, what was your exposure of arts in those days in school or arts outside schools?
See, I was studying. I'm in a very raw village. I was born in 1958. I was in a school in the 60s. Again, the 60s was a very bad time. The Chinese war, poverty, no rice to buy, even if you have the money, and it's really tough
Mm,
and difficult. And I was in a very ordinary, but the school was so good. We have a great headmaster.
mm,
He asked us to read and write. So I was reading a lot. I think I read my experiments with truth when I was in my sixth standard, means when I was 11.
oh,
And uh, when I was in the seventh standard, I think I read And Quiet Flows the Dawn, the translation.
mm,
So that is happening. And every Friday, we have this class sessions where you can sing, dance, speak, act plays, or this and that. 1 hour, last one period. I wanted to act in plays, but I couldn't get roles, I told you, because we have bigger actors in the class. But I used to read and write. I thought that I'm going to be a writer and or a journalist uh, in my child days. And the village, it is a real good village. We have, the school has anniversaries. Means there's a play performed by the students, former students, alumni, and the teachers combined together. And we have the churches and temples. Small temples are there, and these churches and temples are very secular at that time. And
Okay.
what happens is that no, for the animal festivals, there are a lot of performances. There'll be mainstream plays invited. There'll be plays performed by the villagers. There'll be folk performances. There'll be Kathakali shows. There'll be other forms of art. So I was a regular kind of audience in all these temples and churches. Whenever there is something happening, Katha Prasangam, this, that, forms, Kathakali, even if you understand, I was just drawn by that. So I was living in that condition, and then came my youth period of the 70s, the very turbulent, very kind of very difficult period of discussions, severe leftism coming in, the emergency coming in, and all the modern art, modern painting, Kafka, Camus, existentialism, all those coming in and reading, painting, everything has happening. So as a child, I was going through this kind of experiences. I cannot act. I didn't act, but I was seeing a lot of performance. I see that after a show, after a particular performance in the school, one the lead actor has performed well when he's going by the street, means my home. My mother called him, "Oh, yesterday you are really good. Come have a coffee." See, this kind of admiration these actors getting, even if I cannot be an actor. I was watching that. The whole village is admiring them, speaking about them. They're having special privilege in the village.
Mm,
They've done nothing great. They've just done a very rustic kind of play. It's not a
mm.
play as according to our standards right now. We did it in a very rustic, very simple way. But uh, that got into me. And I was watching and watching and reading and reading and reading and trying to write. So that's my child days.
Yeah. It is interesting that you read my experiments with truth when you are in sixth class. And I don't think many children, even today, have done that. They, and that is why they know only from whatever is available superficially, right? Not going through that book. Talking about books, you must, because you started reading in sixth class and you must have read innumerable number of books. But can you share one book that stays with you always, or one book that you want to go back again and again? Maybe there are many such books, but can you talk about one book?
There are many books like that. There are many dear writers. Dostoevsky is a
Yeah.
very important writer. Brothers Karamazov is one book which I would love to read again and again. Marcus, Gabriel Garcia Marcus, is a very dear writer to me, and 100 Years of Solitude and other novels. And
Mm.
whatever Marcus writes, even if it's a letter, I just love it. And Mahabharata is a great text. I read from the beginning, the full version, not the abridged versions. The full version, the complete version of Mahabharata.
Okay.
It's totally different. It's totally different from the Mahabharata and the stories of Mahabharata that you hear. It's totally different.
Mm.
You have to read the original.
Mm.
And yes, such books are there. And a novel known as Dharma Puranam by O.V. Vijayan, a Malayalam book. Saga of Dharmapuri is translated. It's supposed to be one obscene book, uh, but it's a
Mm.
great novel. It's one of the greatest. It is written as a reaction of this person to emergency. This is one of the
Okay.
greatest piece of literature I ever read. But if you want to tell me one book, I
Yeah.
would love to say My Life in Art by Konstantin Stanislavski. It's
Ah.
autobiography. It's not an autobiography, it's a memory of the growing of Stanislavski and his theater in the time. That's a very dear book. I've read it twice or thrice. And now I'm translating that book into Malayalam.
Oh, great. So what is that? Can you tell us the gist of this book? What is
The
it about?
gist of the book is it's from the child days of when Stanislavski was second, 2 years or 3 years. What was the theater around? And what did he do? How did he understand theater? And how was theater around Russia? And it's
Hmm.
happening. So the growth of this very young boy into theater and the theater around at that period, the great productions, the great things, what he observed from them, what he said, found it's good, what he kept it inside, and the whole growth of his theater, essence of theater is there. It's not about his wife or children or anything like that. It speaks nothing about it. It speaks about Russian theater and the growth of this boy, Konstantin Stanislavski, and the growth of the awareness about theater, how theater is growing inside him, what are been contributing towards that. So it's about him, his theater. It's not about him, it's about his theater, his understanding of theater, and how it is being molded around and what is happening in Russia, in Moscow, and of course in Europe when he travels and when the group travels back. So I think that gives you a better understanding of the theater of Stanislavski than the other books like means an actor prepares or creating a role or building a character, which of course are really substantial books. But this is an easy reading book also. 560 or
Yeah.
580 pages. It's very easy reading, very informative, very engaging.
That is what I was thinking when you were talking about it, to understand the background of even these famous books. It will be a very important book, how he grew to be what he was finally.
And how he, I think, if my memory is right, he finishes somewhere in the last pages. It's there. I am like a child in a seashore, and
Mm.
I'm just taking something in my hands. But if you dare to dive deep into the sea, you can come up with more precious, uh, what's say, mutta means jewels and all those things. I'm just having this, and the theater is remaining in front of me, just like an ocean. Go and jump into it. That's
Mm.
the way he finishes his thing.
Yeah.
It's great to
So,
say hear such a
so
word from such a great person who have been eating theater, drinking theater, just theater, nothing else.
yeah. Uh, So this reminds me of you being a translator, and you are going to translate this very important book also. Don't you think in Indian context you have a special fascination for classic literature and all, but don't you think within India we do not get translations of all work from north to south, south to north, east to west,
Yes, yes.
and it's very unfortunate actually,
Very, very
and we are
unfortunate.
deprived of what is being written in Kerala for children is not known in northern part of India, or what is here not so. So what do you think? What can be done about it?
Because somebody has to come up. Means there are government institutions, there are Sangeetan academies, there are National Book Trust. All these people are there. It's their job to do that. It's their job to do that. It's not just to make something fascinating. It's not a routine thing. It's much more than that. And they are not doing it. And of course, I have translated three, four plays from Kannada to Malayalam because I was
Yeah.
compelled to do that.
Hmm.
Once NSD created a good project. NSD did a workshop, 7-day workshop on translation. What they did, and they invited, say, group of people and they coupled. I was coupled with one Kannada person. He's a professor, he's a translator. So I have to translate one Kannada play into Malayalam, and he has to translate a Malayalam play into Kannada. So what I have to do is I have to read the line by line and explain it in English and give the nuances. And he will make it in Kannada and he'll read it back. I can say, okay, meaning is maybe right, but it doesn't hear, it doesn't sound exactly. So can you change the word? So with 7 days, you translate one play from Kannada to Malayalam and help the other person to translate a play from Malayalam to Kannada. And there have been some 6 or 7 plays, no, 14 plays, I think, translated. But it was supposed to be published. It didn't happen. So it ended there.
Because I many times think that because I live in northern part of India, and I think I'm missing beautiful literature or stories which are written in southern part of India or far east. So that is something where we need to do a lot of work, I think. And this idea of pairing and making is good, but I think we have to look for the people who have fairly good command over both the languages instead of taking the
Yes.
help of English.
Yes.
Yeah,
It should be directly translate from one language to another, not through English.
yeah, yeah. So, sir, we are moving to the end of this podcast, but still, I have a few more picks. We will look at them quickly. There we go. Oh yes, this is lemon tree, and this picture, and this picture reminds me of the fact that Lok Dharmi has a film study circle also.
Yes.
So, and this lemon tree, and this My Neighbor Adolf, and films like this. So, what is the idea behind creating this film
So
study
it's
circle?
actually a very serious kind of thing. We can see this film, many of the films in festivals or this or that,
Yeah.
film societies, but this is meant for serious study. It's if you're very serious about it, say 15 or 20 people come together and we screen a film. And then if you want to see a particular scene, sequence again, you can rewind it. How the acting has been done, how the script has been written, how the shot has been placed. So it's a kind of serious looking into the film as a language also. We are more focusing on pieces where good acting is there. Plus, it's about understanding the culture of different places and the politics of different places. Um, from Georgia. It's these films are not from the Hollywood or so-called great countries. It's about Georgia, Africa, Latin America, such places. But they are very good films also. So it's about that we are doing this film studies. It's not a film circle; it's a film study circle.
Film study circle, yes. So that's very powerful thing that through films you are getting to know the culture, not culture of that country
The music of that
from,
country, the architecture, the dressing, the way they're eating, all those things.
yeah. And of course, the way of performance or acting, you can
Yes.
talk about that. That's a brilliant thing happening there. Uh, but do we take it for the as a help to understand our theater better, or do we take it also to enter into the films or as an actor to explore the area of films also?
It can be both ways. It's giving you more acting possibilities. Means how an actor has created a role. So we may use that kind of approach. Can you act that? Can you act something similar? How do you do that characterization? So it will equip you as an actor. And if you want to go to a film, you go and do it. I am not against it right now. From 88 to 2000, I was saying no to films. I said no, only theater. theater should not be mixed with films. But now I say you could do that also. Don't worry. And film actors come and tell me, we want to be in your place. If you can give me time, and I can take them. Of course, if there's a suitable role. So it's now it's not sealed. In '88, when I was little doubting about whether I should do theater or films, uh, after joining the St. Albans College as a chemistry teacher, I was visiting the School of Drama where I cannot attend frequently. So holidays, vacations, I just go there and watch what's workshop happening there, seeing productions. So it's there I met Vensigod for the first time, doing a workshop there. And then Professor G. Shankarapillai, who was the founder director of the School of Drama, he understood that no, I was having this fascination to theater. So he informs me about each workshop, so each production happening there, and I'm going to go there. And he allowed me to stay back in the hostel uh, because it's late with the students. So I'll be spending the time talking about theater, discussing about it in full night, and then stay coming back, etc. So in '88, I was writing the script of a film. It's known as Sambal Sarangal. Ompuri was the one of the actors in that film that has been as a parallel film. Ompuri so the director approached Ompuri. He said, "Give me the translation of that script." He's translated and he acted. That's a very negative role he did. And I did two documentaries also on that time. Then Sangarapalla called me and saw me. I heard that you are doing some films. I said, I was very happy to hear it because, yes, sir, I've done one script and two documentaries. I'm now in discussion for writing another script. Then he just looked at me and said, no, if you're not greedy for money and fame, don't do that. Do theater. You have got a decent job, so you don't need much more money to live. And he said, I cannot tell this to my students because they don't have a job. So think about it. So on that day, I decided no to films. And producers came to me. They said they're ready to spend money and I can do whatever films I like. I said, no, please go back. Meet somebody else. So I was saying no to films and I was saying that to my students also. No, we do theater only, theater only, theater only. But after 2010, some of my students ended there and my friends, come, if you're free, come, just give me half a day. I want your face. That's very important, kind of things. And okay, if there is no rehearsals or I'm totally free, I may do a role. And now I am saying my students, okay, go and act in films. Don't worry, but come back. And if they don't come back, I don't worry because if they know that no one boy or girl has been from my group and acting in a film, 10 people will come to me. We want to be in your theater. And out of the 10, two will be finding their fascination in theater. They'll be sticking back. So,
So there is a prevailing notion amongst today's generation who is interested in acting that you are doing theater because you are not getting films. So how should they come out of this notion? What would you tell them?
no, if they know many youngsters come for many reasons. One is that they find that if they act in one of my plays or one of or part of this movement, they may get a better chance in being films. Many directors will ask them, okay, have you done in theater? Okay, you have worked with him. Okay, then let's see what you can do, kind of thing. So it can be a touchstone, means a milestone, means a stepping stone into the films that people think. But some people, we don't need to tell them anything. The way theater is done, the process and the whole making of it, make them connected to theater. They must stay back. So I don't tell them do this, do that. Only thing I ask them, no, if I am going to cast you, will you give me time? Will you be there at least for 1 year?
Mm.
Will you be available for the next show? And again, the rule is that no, if that's an unwritten rule in the logarithmy that no, if you are acting in a role or by for any reason, you cannot come for a show and somebody else step into that role, then that role will be going to that fellow, the new fellow. You will come back only when this person goes out. So that means they know you have to do some sacrifice and come back. But on inevitable moments, they leave, but they come back. They'll be part of it.
As we know that arts experience is very important for children, as we were discussing about the process of your production, it's not only going on the stage. The process gives them a lot, actually, more they get from process only. Taking from here, do you have any suggestions for our schools where all art forms are at the fringe of it? Do you have any suggestions for schools that are possible because they don't have time for extracurricular activities, but it's still, what are those basic things if they take care of, they will be doing good to children?
I think the percent many of the schools started taking off having theater teachers, theater trainers, and the theater is becoming part of not even a curriculum, but it's part of their activities. In Cochin, many schools have some theater going on. May not be very great, but some exposure to theater is there. I feel that no, it has to be included, and theater can do a lot. Say, for example, they can perform a story which they have to study. They can link it to the academics. So whenever the school teacher or somebody asks me, can you suggest a script for our students to act? Then I said, you go to your textbook, find out a story or a poem or a
Yeah.
history episode and do that. So it's becoming a work of art, engagement with theater plus engagement with the academics. So whatever they have to
Um,
study, they can do it and they can perform in the school. They can perform in the next school. So
yeah.
it can be somehow theater can do magic on children who comes it. Music is good, art, fine arts is good, everything is good, but theater has something special. It touches you completely.
I really want to know how theater is special. Dance people say that
No,
dance
it's
has
a
everything in it. Abhinay is there,
yes, everything
movement
is
is
there.
there.
Everything is there. Creativity is there. Everything is there. Much more hard work is there. More longer persuasion is there. Dedication is there. But theater touches you completely means it touches your body, your mind, your vision, your perspective, your expression, the way you see life. That's important. The other is
Yeah.
an art form. It's a form. You are a connoisseur of the form. You are a master of the form. Theater may not make you a master, but it will be making a better human being. And there, you manage yourself. That's the difference. I'm not saying that no, since I am working in theater, theater is the first thing and the others are, but no. I just felt that it is one thing which the child needs as food. That's my
Yeah.
experience of working with children.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, See, a quite different question from what we are talking right now is when actors come trained or have learned acting from somewhere, I, and they start teaching acting to others. So, do they have, I mean, getting trained in acting equips you to train others in acting? Is that enough, or there is something more between that?
But everything happens. We cannot say this is right or this is wrong. Once you have studied something from somewhere and you may use it for your sustenance, maybe your creative life. You'll be using it, teaching it, etc. It's there. But somehow you have to make it your own. That's what I feel. And you have to make it relevant to the context. The workshops I'm doing with children is totally different with the workshop which I am doing with adults. It will be totally different with the workshop which I am doing with the corporate people. So when I am doing a workshop with Tata Aerospace, the officials of Tata Aerospace, it's a totally different kind of workshop. I know that. But I'm doing theater only. I'm doing theater only, and they plan it something. So it's uh, a workshop in a village is totally different from a workshop in a city school.
Yeah.
When I was doing Charanda's show, the play, I did not use any folk form, any nacha or anything like that in the play. I
Mm.
used instead filmy things. Filmy means we have the main character Charandas was imitating MGR, MG Ramachandran, the Tamil superstar who has been a poor means has done many roles, who is done as thief and is taking that thing and distributing to poor people, etc. And he's very daring and very cunning. He has done so many roles. So the MGR mannerism and the policeman. It was we have a couple of comedians, Phasi Bahadur, just like Laurel and Hardy, a fat fellow and a lean fellow. They are the policemen. And the filmy songs, filmy things. So, because I felt it, I'm working with the children of Cochin City. It's nonsense to have Nacha introduced to them, and this is Nacha, study it and do it. So,
Mm.
what the films of 70s was the form for this play. And Habibji liked it very much. He saw it and has thought it's very, very good. So, it's not,
Mm.
so we have to find out the context where we're working. And we have to, again, but it's Charanda store itself. It's not diluted. It's Charanda store. With all the political nuances, meanings, it's a children's version of Charandas, which they can relate to. Everybody's there. The story is there. But the songs and the movements, so it's like that. You have to make it your own and you have to make it relevant to the context, whatever you're doing.
Oh, yes, the pictures end here. And last, a couple of questions for you. I'm thankful to you for giving so much time. And there is no question from the audience as far as I can see. So I have other questions. Like, mm, if is there like some many people have their own philosophy of life, or some people have some inspiring lines or sayings from someone that is always there in the mind, and they are driven by that, their actions are driven by that. Do you have any philosophic line that inspires you all the time? It is from you or from somebody else?
No, I don't have such a quote to make my vision or life or perspective. I am open to what's happening culturally and politically to my places. I've read a lot, means I've been reading a lot and understanding it. But if you want to means a quote from me, there's one quote I repeatedly tell my actor students. That's a
Hmm.
quote which I have read in the theater in Dhaka. When you
Okay.
enter into the theater in Dhaka, there says board. And that board says, leave your chappals and ego here. But chappals, it's chappals here, we say. But it's written, leave your chappals and ego here. So when you enter the theater, you enter without an ego. You enter as a pure human being. I tell my actors, so keep your ego, your self interest, your quarrels, your fascinations outside. Come as pure person. And I add one thing to keep your chappals and ego there. Don't forget to take it back when you return. You just, yeah.
Great, but uh, interestingly, it reminds me of a poem written by a poet in Hindi, exactly same expression, like take off your shoes outside and also your ego, like you take off your shoes and bear and come enter with the smile like the flower which you see outside, so similar kind of thing. That, and I love that poem and this expression.
Mhm.
um, thank you for sharing that. Sir, tell me if no, not if, sorry, uh, a couple of things or one things you have done and you are very happy about it. You wanted to do it and you could do it. Oh, what is that? There can be more than one, but that gives you a real satisfaction. Yes, I could do this.
No, I could sustain in theater. That's the main thing. And I could build that space. I could build that space because that was something which I really, really wanted because I started doing theater in 87 and started the group in 91, registered it in 97, but we don't have a specific space. We have been working in a college, Sanskrit College, Tripunithura, where Principal Dr. K.G. Paulos is a scholar of Indian poetics, Kudiyatam, Natya Shastra, is a great scholar, Vice Chancellor of Kalamandalam. He was the principal there, and we worked there after the college hours. Then we moved to the city. And there's a park, a public park. We started working there from 2001 to 2014. We were doing rehearsals and workshops, everything there. But we needed a space to sleep, somebody coming from place to sleep, keep our properties and materials. We needed a space of our own. And in
Mm.
2017, I could manage to have this space. So that's the most important thing I could say I did it.
Definitely, definitely. I can imagine we had a theater in one small town in Uttarakhand, and we were looking for just a room where we could put our things safely. But it was a great struggle to do that, even, and then asking for rehearsal space from this school, this institution, and having space of your own and working freely within that is still a dream to not many, I mean, to a big number of theater doers. So that is really a big achievement. But then, how can others also do it? And would you advise people working in theater to have, I mean, to see career in theater, or one has to work sideways? You were a chemistry professor, you have to do something like that. Beta, you cannot do only theater. How to, those who are really interested in theater, dil se karna chahte hain, what to tell them?
So I don't know. It's not a job of the theater maker to make theater spaces. It's a job of the government.
Mm.
It's a job of the government to do it. Actually, um, you go to states or Russia. The local bodies create spaces, not the national government. The,
Okay.
the panchayat, the district panchayats, the district,
Mm.
they create performance spaces, the municipality.
Lovely.
But Russia is the best example. I gone to Lithuania, which was once a part of Russia. That's the
Mm.
first country to come out of the Soviet Republic. So the theater, each city has a theater space. They have proper theater and places where artists can come, rehearse, perform with minimal thing. And so the government is funding it. Means the local government is funding it. I was invited to Greece to perform the play Media in 2000. It's an international festival of ancient Greek plays. Then the 2000 came, they wanted to know what happened to the Greek plays outside Greece. So they invited plays from 5 different countries. And they wanted performances in the regional languages, in the regional cultures. And I went from India. We've had media from Malayalam. Antigone came from China as a Chinese opera. There's a play from Argentina. There's a play from Italy. And there's a play from Greece, which they did in the Greek. See, this international festival, we was invited there. We performed in 3 different cities: Kalamata, Pylos, and Athens, faraway cities. And you have to travel 8 hours through a very fast bus road to reach the next city. And this festival is planned and hosted by the municipality of Kalamata.
Mm.
The municipality of Kalamata dreamed this festival, organized it, done it. And they did it not only in Kalamata, in another city, Pylos, and also in Athens. And we have to travel and perform in all the 3 spaces. And they found out the money and all other arrangements. They treated just like great artists, five-star
Amazing.
hotels, and all those things. Cannot
Mm.
imagine. See, it's the local bodies. They can do it. They have to do it. And we cannot,
Mm.
we know that no theater in India is not a very rewarding kind of thing. You cannot live with theater. We have to find some other job. I was lucky that my father said me no to go to school of drama.
Mm.
So I could continue chemistry. I got a job out of it. And as Shankarapula told me, you have got a decent job. Now you can do theater. You don't worry about your bread. I have the pension even right now. As
Mm.
long as I'm living, I get a pension. So I don't need any money from theater to live. If I now I'm getting something. Yes, I'm getting something because it's after a level of your career you get started getting some money, some return out of it. You may get it, you may not get it.
Yeah.
So in that condition, you cannot just imagine that no. For our theater, I built it, started it building it from my own money. I invested 1 crore rupees for buying land and the first part of the construction. But the then state government, Kerala state government, I invited the finance minister to inaugurate this function, and he asked Dr. K.J. Paulus, who is the chairman of Lotharmi, and where does money come from? Then Paulus said, uh, he has spent, he sold a house. I have a house in the city that I sold, that I got the money, and also that money has been invested there. But Paulus said, no, he has put his pension investments, all when he retired, whatever you're getting, he's also put it that money also. Then the minister in his address, in his speech, he said that, no, it is madness. It's Thomas Isaac, the then minister. He said, it is madness for somebody to spend his whole ended life, the whole money into making a theater. It's pure madness. But it is such mad people who takes the culture and these things ahead. And then he
Yes,
said,
certainly.
and then he said, then the government has the responsibility to respond to this madness. And in the next 2 years' budget, he allocated 50 lakhs rupees, and with which
Okay.
we could build a storage space. We could build that stage, just not there in the beginning. And we could put air conditions in the bedrooms. We could furnish it. You may ask, do you need an air conditioner in a theater? Yes. My actors, they should come and sleep fairly well. So it's the state government supported it. Still,
Mhm.
even in this budget also, the state government has put 10 lakhs rupees for us. Last year they put 5 lakhs. But in last 2, 3 years, they are not put the money, but they couldn't give because, as you all know, the government of Kerala is having a very big financial struggle because of the calamities of this and that and that. So even if they want to give, they cannot give. And even now, I don't know whether this money will we are going to get because A lot of financial struggles are for the government. But as he started, it's the job of the government to respond to these things. And the late great filmmaker G. Aravindan, who created marvelous films in Indian cinema. In a personal interview with me, he said, no, the government is not supposed to do only profit making things. It's not to create roads and bridges and buildings only. They have to spend money for things, invest money for things which do not get back in cash. And they have to spend
Yeah.
money for art and culture and theater. It's it's the it's a duty of the government. The governments are for that also. And that is also development. It's development is not just this talk uh,
Yeah.
or the industry or the road or the 70 feet or this airport or this and that. Development is the mental development, the social development, an atmosphere where we can be happy, and art and culture does it. And it's said by Aravind. So,
Salute to your madness, and this is exemplary, actually. And I had no idea how Lok came into being and all this. Um, a, is there like this one big lesson is local government supports the cultural activities, programs, theater you have into many countries. Is there one more lesson then we can learn from them?
we cannot learn from them, but the importance they give for theater and other live performance are exemplary. Means I've been it's not just it's not just capitalist countries like America. The
Yeah,
same thing is there in the socialist country of Soviet Russia. It's there in the in-between country of Greece.
yeah,
There are also troubles. They are also trouble. They are also cutting
yeah,
money. They are also
yeah.
having shifts in their understanding of things. And the theater director in Lithuania told me, we don't know how many more years the government is going to support us. It
Mhm.
may stop. That is the way our life is going all around the world. But
Yeah,
the understanding is that people need it.
yeah,
People need it. People need it. This is something very important. So again, we cannot copy it. We cannot take it from there. We have to understand our own land, our own culture, our own practices, and trying to start creating something which suits us. Us again means Kerala is different from Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand has to create its model. Kerala has to
yeah,
create its model. So
yeah,
each and every place has its own uh, space. You have to create something there. But yes, generally we can say that's happening there. So I can also do there. Ratan TM has created a space there.
yeah,
In Bengal, I have seen to many places. There are great spaces in villages, rural villages, where theaters. Kopadanga is one example. How many theaters are there? How many? People are coming and watching plays and doing plays. Assam, they're
yeah,
having different groups, creating small spaces. Tripura, even Bihar started. Means we think that no, they have been behind everything. They are not that much educated as the rest of India, etc. But the way they make theater is really marvelous. So it's happening here and there. It's happening because of the initiative of theater people, but it has to be properly supported. And I tell you, there is a rule that 3% of the total budget of each local government has to be spent for art and culture. It has to be there. They may be giving something for something which is very stupid. I don't know whether it's going the right way. Just like the corporates has this money to be donated to support art and culture, a portion of
Yeah.
them. So if this money is just properly guided for these 3% from the local government, or this money from these corporates are properly used, then it's enough.
Yeah.
But we are not aware about it. That's it.
Yeah. So I have last two questions. Already a lot of time we have taken. The first question is very light, and second one is little weighty, maybe. Light question is you have been in Kochi all through your life, but for some good reasons, you have to shift to a metropolitan city of India. But you have a choice. You can choose one metropolitan city to work further. Which will be that?
No, I will live in Kochi only. I've been invited by university in Delhi. Uh, Come and join us. We want you here. I said no. I'll be in Kochi only.
No, but for some good reasons that will, I mean,
Because
convince you that I have to move for rest of my life. So, which metropolitan city you would like to choose?
no. I don't like metropolitan cities. That's one thing. I get I get totally disturbed in this madness of that. Second one is no. As long as I can do theater, it should be done in my space, my local language, my local culture, with my people. Then only it's becoming my theater. If I'm doing a play in Delhi, it's not my theater. It's I may be creating something good in Delhi. People will like it, but it will be lacking that flavor of the soil, which I can
Yes,
create here. And then I
I
do it here and I bring it to the Delhi. I will show it to you. This is it.
yes,
I cannot
yes,
do Karnavaram
yes,
or Kalinatagam in Delhi. I can do it only here.
yeah, I agree. I agree with your words, your feelings. Uh, Last question coming to you. What are further plans, and what is one plan that will make you really, really happy to by completing it?
So no, I have not planned my life greatly. It is just flowing and I take it as it comes. I have not planned to, I have not even a plan to go to America and spend 6 months because America didn't fascinate me. If you ask me to where's the one country where you should love to go, I say I should have said Japan, Greece, or Latin America. America was
Hmm.
never in my mind, but it happened that no. In 2002, one of my friends told me that no, I am in the Fulbright selection committee and you people has to come here. You put up an application, we will select you. I said no, I don't want to. But in 2014, I just felt that no, I have to apply. I don't know whether I'm going to get it, but I got it. But when went there, I found so I have a lot of wrong notions about that country. It's different because everywhere it's something good and something bad happens. So
Yeah.
it's just knowing it. So it happens like that. Now what I'm trying to do is, I have written a lot of things here and there in Malayalam and English and all those things. I think that I have to compile it and I have to print. My thesis has to come to books. So the last 2 3 years, I've been coming out one book every year. So I'm more into writing. I don't know how many more years I'll be doing theater. It's again about your health and your span of life, all those things. So I want to write more and collect whatever is written and put it in a book form. That's it. And Logothami has to develop further into a kind of theater space where it can run by itself. Uh, they're thinking of what can be done, but till now it is just started from nothing. The first when I started my first play, means not the first play, the Karnavaram, the first production of Lodarmi, I told my actors that no, I don't know whether we are going to perform this play. We are just going to do the workshops and exercises and productions. It may be performed, may not be performed. Just for the experience, we are doing it. And we took 1 year or more working on it. Then I said, okay, we can try for a show. Let's see people what the response of the people is. And we had the first show. Then people liked it. Still running 350. And the first cost of that play was 2000 rupees. So with 2000 rupees, I started this first play of Logathami. Now I can dream of a play of 5 lakhs or 7 lakhs. This we are reached there. So I did not plan to become a theater person or this or that, and it just happened. I just went with the flow, and things happened, and things will be happening. Only thing is, no, keep working. I don't want to sit idle. Do something. To read, write, do workshops, travel, meet people, inspire people, do theater, go for shows as long as you can.
Well, sir, that's great. And I wish you keep doing all this. You keep getting more and more things that inspire other people. Then you keep reading, writing, doing. You are full of energy, youthfulness, and your aura is altogether a different. I don't know if you know it or not. You give a lot of energy to all theater people, and that is why I wanted to talk to you, and so lovely to talk to you, sir, and so insightful. And I'm again thankful to you for giving this time for this podcast. I am thankful to those who were coming and going. I know this is a longer time, but it was important to talk at some length. And this is nothing, sir's work is a lot more than this, but at least we could get some feelings, some insights, and some really the core idea of his work. That was lovely. Thank you for being here, audience, whoever here was, and thank you to them who will be watching the recording. So, last word comes from the guest only before we leave. Anything else to say, sir?
That's it. Keep theater going. And thank you for making me remember all those things and talking about it. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
This is time to say bye to all our viewers. Bye bye.
Yes,
Thank you very
I'll
much.
be happier if you see in a theater when a performance is going on. You and the others who are hearing it or watching it or going to watch, let us meet in some performance space, hopefully.
Yes, yes, great. Thank you. It's the same.
Yes, thank you.
There we go.